Dad, isn't it time for illegal ham in the face? But bro, where's the banjo?
Some Cleveland sports shows try to give you hot takes, but only one can give you a big old piece of hot ham. Welcome to Illegal Ham to the Face. Talking all Cleveland sports. And don't forget our Fat Boy Tuesday, where we also ham it up with some fun food topics. Without further ado, let's serve up some ham. Here are the Ham Boys, Fatty, and Big Bry.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome on into another episode of Illegal Ham to the Face. I'm joined here by Big Bry. What's going on, big fella?
Hey, man. Living the dream. How you doing?
I'm doing good, buddy. We got a lot to talk about tonight. Like I said, it's an end of a season. So we had the Cavs season kind of come to an end. The season that's going on with the Guardians right now, we'll get into just a little bit tonight. Got some Browns to talk about tonight. We're going to do some childhood snacks favorites for our Fat Boy Tuesday. Trivia is my turn tonight, which I got a gem from Justin. Let's see here. We got comments coming in. I'm going to have to take that off. So they have this new comments on stage live stream coming in that they're trying to work out, but it was too small down in the corner for me to see because obviously I'm blind as a bat. So, oh, shout out to the GOAT calling games for NBC next season. Did not see that.
Oh, Jordan. I did hear something. I don't know what his role is going to be. But yeah, he's doing something with NBC, I think. Maybe kind of like a Barkley or Shaquille O'Neal type thing. Pre-game show or, halftime.
Also, we got to send a cheers out to Norm. Norm from Cheers passed away. George Windett.
Cheers.
So, cheers. All right, Brian, how's your week been, brother?
So far, so good. Crazy busy. I'll get into it with my shout outs, but a lot going on this weekend. So, trying to get as much done as we can beforehand because I got to go to Pennsylvania Thursday, Friday this week.
Woo! Yeah, oh man, she's going to love that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, put a lot of burden on my wife, but she's Superwoman. She'll find a way.
All right, well, let's go ahead and go with some shout outs then. Go ahead and shout it out, big fella.
First birthday coming up on Thursday. Unfortunately, I'll be out of town for it. But Madison May, celebrating number 1 on Thursday. So we got a big birthday party coming up on Saturday here in Medina. Kind of low-key casual, but we always say we want to have just a small party for her first birthday, but then my wife comes from a big family. I come from a big family. So you include friends, it's over 80 people right now.
Yeah,
I think
it is.
for a 1-year-old who probably won't remember it, but it's about getting videos, getting pictures. The theme this year is her first rodeo. So we got some cowboy stuff. We got some horses, and should be a great time. But yeah, best thing that ever happened to me. I can't believe this year has flown by as quickly as it can, and thank the good Lord every single day that she's healthy and hasn't had any complications or anything like that, and she's just a happy baby.
Brian goes faster. Let me tell you, cherish every little minute that you get. Take how many pictures. We still look back at pictures because we have the Fire Stick. It's like our screensaver, so it just rolls all the pictures. So we get some that we even completely forgot about. Like, where were we at for this? But yeah, soak it in and congratulations, bud. Now, smash cake. Definitely got to do a smash cake, right?
I believe so. Yep. We're gonna do something small for her, and then a couple sheet cakes for everyone else.
Nice. That's what we had.
So, where'd you get them from?
we had Junior's wife, Megan, made the ones here
Oh,
in
yeah.
Cleveland. And then the ones down in Coshocton, because we had to have 2 different parties. So we had
Sure.
one down in Coshocton, and then we had one here for the West Virginia family. So down in Coshocton, it was cupcakes. They got their hands on cupcakes and just completely destroyed probably 4 cupcakes. So, but yeah, it's definitely a milestone, Bri. And buddy, I am so happy for you. Like I said, definitely changes your life, puts perspective on things. But man, they grow up. So now, is she walking now?
Sure. No, not walking yet. Getting close. So I won't be complaining that she's not walking yet, because she's got us following her all over the house. She loves it when I chase her. Like she'll, I'll start chasing her, and she'll start giggling and start crawling way faster. So I couldn't imagine if she starts walking or running or something like that. Yeah, it's just gonna be nonstop. But it's fun. The comment I made to my wife a couple weeks ago was every stage that she has been in has been my favorite stage of life for her. So I just hope that continues. When she was 3 months old, felt like she could do so many more things than when she was 2 months or 1 month. And now that she's almost a year, I feel like, I thought 9 months was so cool, but now 12 months is so much cooler. She can do so much more things. And, just so much of the last year has been me trying to make her smile and make her laugh. And that's kind of been the highlight of my day. And so can't imagine where we'll be 1 year from now, let alone hopefully 2, 3, 5 years. So, trying to take it day by day. Like you said, gives you perspective, gives you patience. But, yeah, it's wild. It's been a wild ride so far for the first year. So not to dwell on that too much, I got a couple other shout outs I just want to get in hopefully quickly. My wife turns, yeah, I won't say her age. She has a birthday coming up a week after Madison. So I have 2 big ones coming up in the next couple weeks. So happy birthday to her. She's glue that keeps it all together. And then in a couple weeks, since I won't be here, I'm shouting out, we're doing our golf outing I got my MMRF, Multiple Myeloma Research Foundation shirt on here. So this is my reminder to anybody out there who's been dragging their feet to donate to a charity that is near and dear to your heart. Make this be hopefully a reminder that it's time to start looking into that. So a lot of good charities out there. So look into that one. And then my final one, since I won't be here next week, coming up Monday, is a big one, Memorial Day. So I think of my high school buddy, guy from Medina here, Devin Grella, who lost his life in 2004, I believe, over in Iraq. So I think about him a lot. Think about his bravery and his unselfishness, and just everyone who's lost a loved one in the battlefield. Thinking about you this week and on Monday, and God bless you.
For me, it was a high school friend, Raymond Border. We've talked about that extensively. That's why we always send off the show with thank you to the troops and first responders, because if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be able to do what we do here and be us talking whatever we talk, even though people complain about us talking sometimes, but I don't care. It is what it is. Bri, I have some shout outs. I got, so I had boys weekend. It was me and the little dudes, and we had a great weekend.
Saw them this weekend.
Yeah, we went bowling at the Roll House here in North Olmsted. Dude, they changed that whole place around. That is a place to be at. Had some fun there. Now, this is the only time that we can get any kind of seafood in this house is when Mom's away. Because for those that do not know, she is deathly allergic to shellfish. So first things first, we were going to go out for oysters, Bri. Alex wanted to try oysters. I'm like, heck yeah, let's go get some oysters. Bri, he saw a picture of an oyster, quickly changed his mind, and we ended up going to a place here called Captain Hooks in North Olmsted.
Oh,
And
okay.
if you want some good fried fish, some good fish dinners, dude, this place was rocking it. We all three of us got the shrimp dinner. I think it was like $16. You got 10 huge pieces of shrimp, the seasoned fries, coleslaw, cocktail sauce, everything, and fantastic. Brian, it was
Hush
really,
puppies?
two. You got two hush puppies, but they're smaller than what because I'm used to like Long
Two
John
hush
Silver's.
puppies. Okay.
So I'm used to like Long John Silver's where you got like the
Golf ball?
golf ball size. It's a little bit smaller than a golf ball. But everything was fantastic.
Okay.
It really was. It was delicious. Shout out to
As long as
them.
they're good.
Definitely going to have to go back to there. And then other than that, that's all I got tonight. We do have events coming up for City Dogs Cleveland. The Bark in the Park with WJ Lodge with Top Dog Tailgate. That's going on May 31st. Mark your calendars. Also, here in June, I believe it is June 6th. I got to double check the calendar. I think it's
It'll be
the
a
first
Friday.
weekend of June. It would be a Friday, so maybe that's Saturday, June 7th. The 5K for the City Dogs Cleveland. If you want to sponsor, you want to help out, you want to volunteer, please get a hold of Friends of City Dogs Cleveland. They'll go through the whole process, happen there. And then other than that, that's all we got for events coming up for them. But, Bri, I do have to thank one more person, Justin, who has watched us for pretty much ever since we've started. Gave me a wonderful trivia for you tonight, Bri. And I could not say no to this trivia because it kind of blew my mind of a lot of things. So let me play our sounders, show you a city dog from City Dogs Cleveland that we still need to get adopted. I believe his name is Wyatt. He is still there. Bri, longest resident, by the way. So we need to get him out of there. So let me play the sounder, and then we will get into the trivia in our show tonight. Oh, like I said, trivia is brought to you by City Dogs Cleveland, and you can adopt a beautiful face like this. Still love this face. He's still available to adopt. Please go adopt if you can. If you cannot adopt, please volunteer, donate, do whatever you can to help out a city dog from City Dogs Cleveland. Man, what a good boy. I don't even know how people have not adopted that dog yet, but we're going to have to get him adopted, Bri. I might have to sponsor him.
He's cute.
All right, Bri. So Justin sent me this, and it's a gem because NBA playoffs are going on right now. You got the Eastern Conference, Western Conference finals all set. Bri, there are 5 teams that have never reached an NBA finals. Okay? There are 5 more that have reached the NBA finals and have not won. I wonder if you can name me those 10 teams.
Okay. I can try.
All right. And it's a gem from Justin. Justin, thank you so much. Got it from Chat GPT. Thank you, bud. It was a great one. I couldn't believe it. All right, Bri, it's time to play our favorite sounder. And I know Chris isn't here because he's working right now, but still got to play it. First on the agenda of talking, oh my good Lord, Obi Toppin's in my head right now. Talking topics right now, Bri. Cleveland Cavaliers have just put up a disappointing season. They got knocked out by the Pacers was it Tuesday, Wednesday? I can't remember what day it was. Came back here Tuesday. It was Tuesday night, and we were kind of still texting, and I shut off the TV because it was horrible. Bry, a lot of injuries. We ran into a team that was playing more like a team than we did. Also, a team that was more physical in the Indiana Pacers. I still do not believe the Indiana Pacers were the better team. I don't, but everything they did was a straight up annoyance to the Cleveland Cavs. And I have to give Carlisle a great kudos coaching because he kept the gas down, he kept the pedal going with them, and especially with their semi full court defense, making Cleveland have to work to get it across the line and then checking them as soon as they cross the line up top. They really didn't let them have a lot. But Bry, watching that game, watching the series and how it played out, Bry, I can't be but disappointed being a second round knockout again, especially after seeing what happened to Boston with Tatum getting hurt. This was definitely a golden opportunity for the Cavs to kind of step up. But Bry, game 2 started it when you let them come back from 20 points down, and then it just ballooned from there. Bry, how do you feel? You have to be disappointed also, along with me, right?
Oh yeah, it was a huge disappointment. I mean, had I told you at any point throughout the season that you won't make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, and had you made it there, you wouldn't even have to play Boston. So that would be, if I told you that at any point throughout the regular season, that Boston doesn't make it there and you don't make it there, you would feel like it's a huge kick in the pants. So so it's a tough one to swallow. Let me start though with 2 positives, and trying to see the good through all the bad. The 2 greatest things to take from what happened and how the season ended, I guess. The first one being Donovan Mitchell is still healthy. He didn't, because that was a fear after seeing what happened to Tatum and knowing that he was dealing with a calf injury, that increases your odds of tearing your Achilles. And if he did that, he'd be out for all of next year. So that didn't happen. So we still have hope for next year. Had he torn his Achilles, I mean, as doom and gloom as we think we are right now, that it would be tenfold. I mean, you would feel like the Celtics have probably a better supporting cast than the Cavs do, so they can still make some noise. But if we didn't have Donovan Mitchell for an entire year next year, I would be beside myself. There'd be no consoling me. So he's still healthy. He can still come back next year and be full go at the start of the season. So that's positive number 1. Positive number 2 is Donovan Mitchell signed his contract last year. So there's no impending free agency. Like, had he been a free agent this offseason, I can't say, I don't know what goes on in his head. Maybe he's fully committed to Cleveland and to the Cavs, but I would think it would be even more doubt in his head to sign a contract after seeing this team fail the way they have for 3 straight years and not even come close, to be honest. So we got him. We got 2 more years to kind of change his mind, because it's another huge disappointment. It's the injuries are going to be there. Like, they were kind of there at the end of last year. We weren't fully healthy, and that's the thing. You can never count on being fully healthy. But for 3 years in a row, we bowed out in 5 games, so we haven't even come close. Like, the first year, it was the Knicks that kind of surprised us. We were all thinking we got this series, and then they just bullied us, and we got 1 game, and they got 4 games. So to me, that series isn't even close. And then last year, it was the Celtics in 5 games, and I think but I think a lot of fans are kind of thinking like, oh, the Celtics are probably just a better team than you, and you need everything to go right in order to beat them. And the fact that Donovan Mitchell was out after the first couple games, you can't really expect a whole lot. So you make that excuse, and maybe you feel a little better because we did win a playoff series last year against the Magic. So last year, probably wasn't the sky is falling, even though a lot of us, me included, were like, you got to do something. Other than, I think last year, this time I was saying, you got to make a move in the offseason. Otherwise, I feel like it's just going to be Groundhog Day again in 1 year. It's going to happen again. And so, I wasn't doom and gloom guy throughout the regular season. They actually proved me wrong. I kind of started buying in, like, okay, maybe they found something here to go for 64 wins. And to be the number one seed in the East, you got to feel pretty good about that because, okay, maybe this new coach knows something. Maybe these guys, these young guys are taking the next step. I kept hearing all year about how Evan Mobley has taken that next step that we've been asking for him to take. But then I feel like, okay, I'm ready to see it. I'm ready to see it in crunch time. And I don't know if it was the injury. That's the thing. Again, that's kind of the excuse that we can fall back on, that maybe these guys just were only 70% or we're only 80%. But I mean, the sentiment for me still remains the same as it was after the Knicks series, that these guys just aren't tough enough. If we have to ask, are they soft? Are they soft? Are they soft? I feel like we've been at various points throughout the season, and for sure after the playoffs, we ask, are they soft? Like if we've been asking it for 3 years, then it's not even a conversation anymore. They're just soft. And so I think what so many people fail to understand is playoff basketball is different than regular season basketball. This is a very good regular season team. In the playoffs, they haven't even gone close. I almost feel stupid because I was like, yeah, just assuming. I never really put us above Boston. I always had Boston number one. And I said, maybe if everything bounces our way, maybe we can compete with Boston. But I failed to realize that, no, I mean, the Knicks are better than you. The Pacers have proven beyond a shadow of a doubt they're better than you. And so you're more in the Orlando Magic, dare I say, Detroit Pistons kind of category than you are with those top three teams. To me, we're fourth. And everyone can point to the regular season, but like I just said, regular season is different than postseason. And I really have an issue with Kobe Altman. I feel like he's trying too hard to let these guys develop. And frankly, it's almost like the Browns situation, to where I feel like the Cavs are almost stuck at this point. Like going into next season, with the cap restrictions and the way the new CBA is, there's not a whole lot the Cavs will be able to do. Maybe making trades or something, they might be able to swing something. But Kobe Altman, Andrew Barry, they love the guys they draft, and to their detriment, I think, because I look at the two teams that are in the Eastern Conference Finals right now, and they fleeced the Toronto Raptors when they were having a yard sale with their guys. To me, it's no coincidence that OG Anunoby, who went to the Knicks, is having success there. Siakam, who went to the Pacers, he's having a success there. And what we do, we sat on our hands. So because we said, oh, we got the core four. These guys are young. They're going to develop. They don't have that killer instinct. And I think Colin Cowherd brought up the other day, like these four teams that are left, they have one thing in common, in that they have the one superstar guard, SGA, Anthony Edwards, Brunson, Halliburton. They have these superstar guards, and then they just have great supporting casts around them. So I feel like we're right there. We have the great superstar guard. We need that supporting cast around him. And we just don't have it. The guys, yeah, they're great when the lights are dim, but when the lights get bright, they don't play well, and they're going to blame it on injuries. But until I see it with my own two eyes, we're not even close. It's not like we're losing in game 6 on a bad call or bad luck, or we're losing in a game 7 when we fought all. We're losing in 5, 4-1. To me, 4-1 is not a close series. So I think we're just going to run it back next year because there's so little that we can do. But I wish I wish they would give up on this little guard and nice big guys who just get pushed around when the refs are allowing physical play. It would just, I don't know. I don't know how it changes other than guys just changing how they play basketball. But I begged for it 3 years ago after the Knicks series, and I just don't think it's going to change at this point.
All right. So, Brian, all right. So I did put out a poll question on our Network 216 page. I said, do you want to break up the core four? So you're in the, let's break up the core four because it's obviously not working, right?
I think I'm not in the camp of break up the core four just for the sake of breaking up the core four. Okay. I think if you can get a good deal, a good trade, I don't think you can sign anybody with the cap situation they're in. So I think you'd have to make a trade, and I would be open to trading everybody but Donovan Mitchell, and that includes Evan Mobley.
So so let's bring
because
this
I think
up
your window is now.
Yeah, I know. So let's bring this up because it was brought up because Giannis is now not happy in Milwaukee. Would you trade Mobley for Giannis?
Oh, absolutely. Not even a question. In a heartbeat. Okay. Because I feel like he's got 3 to 4 years of being a superstar. Donovan Mitchell has 3 to 4 years of being a superstar. And that's a guy you can count. I mean, unless he's injured, which, again, you can't predict injuries, or maybe the doctors can tell me something I don't know. But you have 2 superstars, and you can count on Giannis in the biggest games. I don't know that about Evan Mobley. I hope I can next year. But I was hoping I could 2 years ago. I was hoping I could this past year. He's just, he hasn't done it. So I'm in win now mode, especially with Boston having the uncertainty they do for their future.
Mm-hmm. The one thing that I want to bring up, Giannis definitely intrigues the hell out of me. I don't know if I want to give up Mobley yet for Giannis, because Mobley has developed a three-point shot. Now, it's not a complete great shot. He's knocking down some threes. He's not Kevin Love. I get that. But the one anchor that's there that's really not helping you that much offensive-wise, Jared Allen. I mean, my whole mind right now is Darius Garland, Jared Allen, give me Giannis, whether we still have Jerome or another point guard with Mitchell, Hunter, Giannis, there you go. There's your starting 5. And I would run with that because it's a bigger line. Indiana beat you with size and physicality. They really did, Bri. And they were not like a little bit physical. They were in your face physical with the Cleveland Cavaliers. And they just couldn't punch back, Bri. They kept taking blows. They just couldn't punch back. And you need somebody that can actually punch. And I know that Garland is injured with a toe injury. We had some comments about your comment about it's a toe, which was funny. I started giggling. Like, what are you talking about? You just got to move, blah, blah, blah. I get what you're saying. If you're going to be hurt, be hurt. I'm just kind of done with Garland right now. Because it seems to me that Garland, one, isn't big enough, and he's not Kyrie Irving. Like, he is good / great. I'm not saying he's not, but he's not what you need for this team. This team needs somebody that can actually drive, and when they do drive, don't run behind the center, down the baseline, looking for a pass to get out. Drive and put the ball in the bucket. Like, it just seems to me every time he drives and he beats his guy, he's just running around underneath trying to find an outlet. And it's like, dude, just put the ball up. So what if you get blocked? Like, you're driving, they're going to have to respect you driving to the hole. And if they do that, guess what? That frees up 4 other guys instead of you just driving in there and just running around in circles. I'm kind of over the Darius Garland here in Cleveland, Bri.
Yeah, I think to me, Darius Garland is a nice player. He's a good player. But on a championship team, he's probably your 4th or 5th best player. To me, I kind of see him as like a Rajon Rondo, to where you're not going to be counting on him to put up 20 or 25 a night.
Or Pritchard.
But yeah, or 6-man off the bench or something like that. But so if he's a superstar you're counting on, I wouldn't feel good about that just based on his record, his stats in the playoffs and how he's done it and how he's shrunk. He's just not a guy who, when your superstar's having an off night, you say, okay, Darius, it's your time now to go put the team on your back. He's never done that. And other than Donovan Mitchell, I haven't seen any Cavs do that. I mean, a couple guys, Mobley had a nice game against the Celtics last year. Darius Garland had a nice game against the Celtics last year. But I have a hard time taking it too seriously because I think the Celtics were just kind of toying with you. Like they never really felt threatened by you, and somebody has to score the points. So yeah, rather than, a pivotal must-win game when they're stepping up, they're playing well when we're down 3-1 or 2-0 when we really don't have a chance. So and I understand these guys are hard to come by. These stars that you can count on, but I feel so crappy when I watch these teams like the Pacers or the Knicks, and the Pacers have guys that are knocking down these clutch shots, guys that we've never heard of before. This is Nembhard, this Naismith. If we weren't playing the Pacers, I wouldn't know who these guys are. But they're shooting it, they're getting the ball, they're shooting it with confidence, and they're knocking them down in clutch spots. And I almost feel better now. I know he had a terrible game 5. I almost felt better when Max Strus is pulling the ball and shooting from long range than Darius, and even Donovan Mitchell just wasn't right. I told you, I think in the fourth quarter when it was still, the game was hanging in the balance, I told you that Cavs are shooting 40% from the field and 20% from threes. I can't believe they're still in this game. They don't deserve to win this game. So at the end of the day, you have to make your shots. And Donovan Mitchell was having a rough time, but he was getting to the bucket. And even though he was having a hard time scoring the ball, he was getting to the free throw line and shooting them. And so I don't feel like we have anybody else that we can turn to other than Donovan Mitchell when we really need a bucket. I thought it was Max Strus there for the majority of the series, but he just went ice cold. And I think that's what Max Strus is. He's a very streaky guy. So yeah, he can get you 20 or he can get you 0. What's that?
At least he gives you effort, though. He actually does.
Oh yeah, and fire too. I need some fire.
And then when Jerome hit those 2 threes back to back, I was like, oh shit! Now Jerome's catching fire. Here we go. And then it just kind of it just faded. It sucked. I was not confident in the entire game, Bri. Even when they were up big right out of the gate, I'm like, Indiana's just letting them do this, and then Indiana's going to lock it down, and that's exactly what they did. And good God, what do we do next year, Bri? What's the big thing that we need to do next year? Is it supporting cast? Do we actually need to get a wing or another Sam Merrill or somebody like that can actually knock down threes when it's time?
I mean, what we need to do and what we're going to do, I feel like, are just so far apart, because I really don't think they're going to do much. They might tinker with the roster a little bit. And one thing that's kind of working against us is Evan Mobley winning the Defensive Player of the Year. But I think that cost us $9 million against the cap every year for the next 4 years.
And how do you have the Defensive Player of the Year, the Coach of the Year, and you get bounced in the second round?
Look at the Browns. Comeback Player of the Year, Coach of the Year, Assistant of the Year. It seems to be a trend here in Cleveland. I mean, we're great in the regular season. These regular season awards are great, but was it the Coastal Carolina football coach? Have you seen that clip? We need more dogs. We have enough cats. We need more dogs, and that's what the Cavs need. The Cavs need more dogs, and I mean, it's going to be very hard. Now I know Evan Mobley's still young, so I give him maybe slight benefit of the doubt. But Darius Garland, Jared Allen, who just had an embarrassing game 4 and 5. I'm sick of seeing these 20-point, 12 rebound nights in February when everything's going great and we're winning, and then even against the Heat. Now we know, looking back now, that Heat series did nothing to get you prepared for playoff basketball. They just rolled over for you, and you just had all this confidence in the world that it's going to be easy now in the playoffs. Yeah. You're fourth in the Eastern Conference, and it's like I said, it's not close. You lost them 5 to each team that's ahead of you, and so I mean, I got duped a little bit by what they did in the regular season, but that's not going to happen again. I mean, from now until 1 year from now, I will be saying you're the 4th best team in the Eastern Conference. Now, maybe I'm already starting to talk myself out of it because Boston's not going to have Tatum, but who knows? They could get Durant. What if Durant comes to the Eastern Conference? Then that kind of throws everything for a loop. The Sixers, who knows what they're going to be? Who knows? Yeah. Maybe Giannis goes to a different team in the East, so it could look very different come October. But right now, I can't put us above the Knicks and the Pacers, even if they stand pat. I mean, hats off to the Knicks and their general manager. He's making moves when they weren't good enough the last couple of years. He's sending draft picks until 2040 to try to get guys like Karl Anthony Towns and Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby. He's making these moves that I wish Kobe Altman would make. I feel like I could do Kobe Altman's job for the last 3 years. I was screaming at him to find a way to get DeAndre Hunter. He did finally. Didn't really pan out this year, but other than that, DeAndre Hunter and Max Strus. Other than that, he's been kicking his feet up and he's been relaxing, taking it easy, collecting monstrous paychecks and not doing a whole lot. His draft pick this past year gave us nothing. One thing I wish that Atkinson would do was this series when we were showing how soft we were, put Tristan Thompson in there. How could Tristan Thompson be worse than what Dean Wade gave us this series? At least he's going to bring some physicality. Dean Wade was a ghost out there. He did absolutely nothing for you. So how could you not put Tristan Thompson in there just to try to see if he gives you something, at least intimidate them a little bit, at least a hard foul here or there. But I don't know, unless he's in worse shape than I am, I would have stuck him out there.
Even if he was in our shape, Brian, it'd be perfect out there. He wouldn't leave the paint. Like, go ahead, come on in here. I'll kick you like Bill Laimbeer did for years.
He's a champion, and you're playing Dean freaking Wade in front of him, who 98% of NBA fans have never heard of before. He had that 120-point quarter like 2 years ago, and he was all over SportsCenter, and since then, poof, non-existent.
All right, so we got Chris in here now. Damon is in here now from the Dude Network. Damon, you got to stick around for Fat Boy Tuesday.
What's up, Damon?
We're going to talk some childhood snacks coming on. All right, Brian, let's move off the Cavs because we're still kind of angry and bitter. Let's get into the guards just a little bit. They got swept this weekend by Terry Francona and the Cincinnati Reds. And pretty much everybody that you let go here that is in Cleveland, Will Benson, homered every freaking game. It's not looking good. So, Brian, the only thing I can say about the guards right now is thank God it's a long season because they're definitely in a little bit of a valley right now. Starting pitching is there, but offense is kind of taking a backseat. Defense, my God, Brian, they dropped a pop-up, just hit them right in the damn hands and just dropped it. And I was like, okay, that's a Little League play. It's crazy what's going on with them right now. They need to work out some kinks. Plus, Bri, they're waiting on to get some people back. I mean, you still have David Fry coming back off an injury. Was it Lane Thomas is coming back soon? You have other, as soon as they come back, we're not going to be seeing John Kinsey Noel anymore just swinging at air. We're not going to see, there's going to be multiple changes, and I can't wait for that to happen. Brian, how do you feel like right now? We're probably about a quarter of the way into the season. Are you liking what you're seeing? Are you not liking what you're seeing?
To me, it's kind of same old for the Guardians. I expect them, because they're such a well-run organization, to be above 500, slightly above 500, and we're going to go through these stretches where we feel great for a week, and then there's going to be stretches where we're like, well, we're not a playoff team, and so it's just like you said, it's such a long season. There's going to be so many ups and downs, twists and turns from now until September. But I think it's just the state of the team, and I think our pitching has always been something that's been strong for this team, and the concern has always been the hitting. And we have two guys that we can count on. Other than that, it's going to be guys who get hot here and there, but a lot of guys who are hitting around 200 to 220. And, Manzardo has been a surprise and a welcome surprise with his power numbers, but his average, like I said a couple weeks ago, hasn't been too impressive. But he's still a young kid, so I got a lot of hope for him. But right now, it's the Hosey and the Kwan show, and you just hope that you can get to 3 runs, maybe 4 runs, to at least give us a chance and turn it over to the bullpen and kind of, set us on fire like they did last year and get us to the playoffs. And again, I'm sure we're going to be relying heavily on the bullpen, and you're just kind of biding your time till you can get some guys back here in the later part of the summer.
Yeah, and I was trying to look up Manzo right now. Kyle. Guy, I still love his mustache. He looks like a young Mike Schmidt out there with that mustache, Bry. But right now, Bry, he's hitting 230, 10 home runs, 26 RBIs. I mean, he's leading the team, I believe, in home runs right now with 10. Hosey's right behind him with 9. I like what they're doing, Bry, but they need more offense. And they have their spurts where they'll score 14 runs in like 4 games, and then they have the spurt now where they can barely get a run across. And it's like, okay, we need to just stay consistent. If you stay consistent, get 4, 5, 6 runs a game, that's all you need. But the thing is like you said, you have Kwan, you have Ramirez, and then you have, let's see what sticks. Carlos Santana. He's just there for defense, help out first base. You have Gabriel Arias now over at shortstop because Rocchio has been DFA'd. You got, it's just a mixed mosh of people right now until they find the right people they need, the right lineup they need. But obviously having Kwan go first and Hosey either going second or third is the right move. And then Manzo right there right behind him. But then once you get back into this order, Bri, the batting order, I have no confidence. Bo Naylor, yeah, he's a good catcher. We haven't had a hitting catcher, and I don't know how long.
Victor.
Here, yeah, it has been Victor. And he goes, "Wish you had Will Benson back." Well, when he was here, he didn't hit like that. So, it's amazing how everything changes when they leave Cleveland and they just start mashing the ball like he did. I mean, 3 straight games with home run. Jesus, Brian, that's what you need right there. Ugh. All right, Brian, another Guardians news. They did hire Corey Kluber is back with the Gardos as a special pitching assistant. I am so happy to have Klubot back. I saw him in the dugout chomping on some seeds with some other people, so love having Klubot back. Obviously, you love Klubot, right?
How could it be a bad thing having Corey Kluber in that locker room? Yeah, great hire.
Yeah, and 100%. I'm behind that one. Just his knowledge alone of how he had to come up because he wasn't a first round pick, Bri. He wasn't. God, I think he was like a 7th round pick or something like that, and how he had to work to get where he was at. Showed a lot of people, especially some of his pitches. Tell you what, I'm watching that Ortiz. Man, you want to talk about some nasty movements on his pitches if he can just get them controlled. Holy cow,
Right.
Bri. That kid is just on fire. All right, Bri. Browns news. Obviously, it's Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders. Might as well just mark it down now. A certain, by the way, shout out to a certain Browns quarterback and offensive lineman that came to the club on Friday to play a little bit of golf. Very nice people.
Offensive lineman.
Yeah.
Big boy.
Yes, it was. Not as big as I thought, though, when I met him.
Huh. Not as big, tall wise?
No, like just big wise. Like Brian, he was a big boy.
Oh.
I'm not saying he wasn't a big boy. I can't say names because I got to keep it kind of hush hush.
Joel Bitonio. I'll say names.
Okay, you'll say names. Brian, he's okay.
I'm just guessing.
Was,
yeah, no, I know he's not that. I mean, just based on what you said about offense. Yeah, I don't think I look at him like Conklin's a big dude. You're not. Teller's a big dude.
I'm not saying he wasn't like it's what you see on TV and then what you expect in real life. And like when I saw him, I'm like, huh. I expected you to be bigger. Kind of like Danny Shelton.
Oh, right, you're right. I mean, these guys aren't sumo wrestlers. 330, 320, 330. That's not far off from where we are. So it's not like these guys are 150 pounds heavier than we are. They're just slightly larger. It's a lot more muscles.
Yeah, it was weird when I met him. I'm like, all right, I think I could take you. And then I'm like, no, I probably couldn't.
I don't know about that.
I got a wicked.
You got the flood.
I got a wicked first step, Bri. Wicked first step.
Oh, remember when we ran the 40 and we saw like, oh yeah, certainly we can be as fast as some of these offensive linemen in the combine.
God, I wish we had.
No, not so much. We've been the slowest at the combine. Yeah.
It wouldn't even register. Like, hold on. It's after 10 seconds. What's going on? Be like the fat guy from The Longest Yard. Give me a Diet Coke and a can of corn.
Basically what we were doing in between sprints.
It's pretty much what it was when we were doing between sprints. All right. Brian, with the quarterbacks, everybody's talking their quarterbacks. There's been rumors about who was it? The Falcons or the Saints? One of the AFC South or NFC South teams looking at like Joe Flacco. They're like, oh, we can get Joe Flacco, and then we'll just keep the 3 young guys. Right, right now, I don't care who it is. I don't care if it is. Let's bring back Johnny Manziel. Right now, I don't care until I see it on the field. I am done with all the quarterback talk and all the hope and everything else that we get from the quarterback talk. Like, this is our guy. This is our guy. We drafted him, blah, blah. No, you didn't. You didn't draft him. They drafted him. You know what's probably going to happen? He comes to Cleveland. He's probably going to suck. You want to know why? 35 other quarterbacks sucked when they came to Cleveland. Why is this such? Is it the reason why is because it's the most important part of the NFL is the quarterback, and we cannot even sniff it. Is that what it is?
I mean, first and foremost, what we know about quarterback is it's the most important position in all of professional sports. And then to back that up, it's just, there's not a whole lot else going on unless you're a diehard Guardians fan. There's not a whole lot else going on in the city of Cleveland. Like I was thinking today, like for the next year, what's the biggest what's the biggest sporting event for the next year that we're going to be looking forward to? Like, unless the Guardians go on a big a playoff run, if they miss the playoffs, we don't have a whole lot going on until April 2026. Like Cavs playoffs next year and the NFL draft next year. Those are going to be probably two highlights of our calendar year from now until, 1 year from now. So, I mean, it's a bleak thing to say, but unless there's a Guardians run in the playoffs that we'll all get excited about, or if you're a big college football fan and you got a team to root for, there's just, it's going to be about, hopefully these young quarterbacks can do something, but very difficult to do as a rookie quarterback. There'll be moments where we'll be excited. There'll be games where we'll be excited, but I don't know. Unless you're a diehard Joe Flacco fan and you think he can lead us on a magical run again. But looking at the schedule, it's pretty tough to start out. And as we learned last year, one thing I learned last year is we kind of all thought that playing the bad teams at the beginning of the season is kind of a good thing, so you can get some momentum. But I think almost playing the bad teams at the end of the year is better off, because we saw what Flacco did 2 years ago when he played the Jaguars and the Bears and the Jets. Like that Thursday night Jets game with Flacco in there, the Jets wanted nothing to do with that game. They showed up because they had to collect their paycheck. They had given up. These bad teams, by the time December rolls around, they're rolling over, they're dying, they're looking towards the following season, they're looking towards their off-season plans. But at the beginning of the year, these bad teams still think they have a chance at winning. Like last year, the Giants and the Raiders that we played early on, the Cowboys ended up being a terrible team. But at the beginning of the season, you don't know you're terrible, so you're still giving it your all. You're still thinking, we can go out there and we can have a magical season. But by the end of the season, you're all beaten down. So, maybe that'll work in the Browns' favor this year. Like, have a terrible start to the season and then finish strong at the end when these bad teams have given up, especially because next year's draft's going to be littered with quarterbacks. So there's going to be teams tanking at the end of next year.
And James asked if we like Sanders' rookie contract. I mean, it's $4 million or whatever the hell it is. I
think they're slotted now, so it's I mean, when they took him in the 5th round, they knew exactly what they're going to pay him.
All right, Bri. Well, this is one of our fun things that we like to do. Bri, it is time for the legal ham to the face way too early schedule game. All right, you ready, buddy?
Let's do it.
All right, week 1, we have the Cincinnati Bengals at home. Bri, win or loss?
You say at home, you say the Browns are at home?
Yes.
Home against the that's a loss. I think this is the most trendy pick for a Browns win, because the Bengals typically stumble out the gates, but it completely derailed their entire season. So if Zach I don't know what's his name. Not Zach Wilson. Zach Taylor. If he's not putting the utmost emphasis on game number 1, then he should be fired if they lose this game. They have to win it. So I think that's a loss for the Browns.
I'm going to go win because Cincinnati always starts out slow.
I just don't buy. I don't think they're going to do it this many years in advance.
I got you. All right, week 2.
But sure. So we're different. We differ.
Okay. We are at the Baltimore Ravens, a 1:00 kickoff, which most of them are, by the way. No primetime games for your Cleveland Browns.
Right.
Bri, win or loss?
Yeah, I think we snuck up on them last year, so I don't think we win that one.
And I have a loss there too. Next up, Green Bay Packers come to Cleveland September 21st at 1:00. Bri, win or lose?
This is a game I think you can get. I'm not totally bought in on the Packers. They're a very good team. but coming to Cleveland, especially if we're 0-2, and if we have two bad performances in weeks 1 and 2, I think they might take you a little light. So I'll give us a win there.
All right, so you're at 2 wins. I'm at 1 win right now.
I'm at 1. I'm at 1. That was first.
You're at 1. Okay. That was your first. Okay. So I'm at 1 win. I think they lose to the Packers. I have them. Okay. Next up, we have the Browns at the Lions. What is it? The Great Lakes. Oh, my God. Classic. There it is.
GLC.
Battle for the Barge, Bry. And
Right.
Lake Erie. Win or loss?
Yeah, I think this is a game where the other team is just a lot more talented than you are. I don't think we can hang with them offensively, so that'll be a loss for me.
I'm going to go loss too. Next up, Minnesota Vikings at the Cleveland Browns, October 5th. I will go first on this one, Bry. I'm going to go another loss for your Cleveland Browns. What about you?
Same.
Okay.
I mean, I think you can win it. This is a winnable game, but being over there, Minnesota, they play in like Ireland the week before, so they're kind of going to be acclimated to the time change, and there a lot of times when you give a team a week to just kind of be together and just focus on football away from all the distractions, they play pretty well that following week. So, yep, Minnesota win for them.
All right. We got Big Matt in here in the comments that go Lions. Huge Lions fan.
Oh, okay. Well, good for
All
you.
right. Big Matt, I got to
Congrats.
call you. I missed your face, buddy. All right. So 1-1. Next up, Cleveland Browns at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, Bri, I want you to circle this game because last year we did not do our away game where you and I got together and got to have a little bit of a party and watch a game together. And I want to circle this one, even though I know they're going to lose, and that's what I'm going to say they're going to lose. I have a feeling they're losing this game. But we're going to circle that game because we might have a party, might have a little legal hand party on that week.
Sure. What's the date? Do you know? Do you have it in front of you?
October 12th.
October 12th, my grandmother's birthday. Got it.
All right. Brian, win or loss?
I'm going to give him a win here. We don't win in Pittsburgh very often. I think, honestly, if Joe Flacco's still the quarterback, I think that gives us our best chance. But, I mean, we don't even know who Pittsburgh's quarterback's going to be right now. So yeah, I think it's not going to be easy. Maybe we win like a rock fight, low scoring one. So that's win number 2 for me.
All right. Dolphins at Cleveland Browns, October 19th. Was that a Thursday night game? No, it is not.
I don't think we have any Thursdays this year.
Oh, that's even better. Bri, you know something? It's the Dolphins. They're coming, but it's October. You know something? I'll give them another win on this one. I have them winning against the Dolphins. What about you?
I got a loss. I still just can't get Tua torching us 2 years ago out of my head. And just when we thought we had a good defense, and I don't even think he played the fourth quarter. He just put on a clinic against our defense. So give me the Dolphins.
All right. Next up, Browns at Patriots, October 26th. Bri, Mike Vrabel, now the head coach of the Patriots.
Yeah, reluctantly, I'll take the Patriots. I think it's a winnable game, but yeah, I just think Drake May is better than people give him credit for, so they get the advantage at quarterback. I think Mike Vrabel might have a little something extra in the tank, and they got some talent in the offseason from free agency. So Patriots it is.
All right, next up, I got the Patriots too. Next up,
Patriots
Browns at the New York Jets. Bri, I might take the Browns on this one.
Is that you are taking the Browns?
I'm going to take the Browns on this one.
Yeah, Me too. Justin Fields is
Okay.
terrible. People think he's they've been waiting for 5 years for him to be a real NFL quarterback, and he hasn't been.
All right, next up, we got the Ravens again, but the Ravens are here in Cleveland. Brian, that's a loss for me.
Yeah, like I said, I think we got him last year, and so they'll be prepared.
Okay, next up, Browns versus the Las Vegas Raiders in Las Vegas. All right, Bri, I think we might steal another one here. I had the Browns beating Las Vegas.
Yep, I'm with you. I think we can. I think we should have beat him last year, and Geno Smith is a better quarterback than a lot of people think, but who knows if he's going to be healthy or not. So give me the Browns.
Next up, 49ers at Cleveland. Bri, give me the 49ers.
Yeah, this could be a thumping. Even though they're not as good as they were a couple years ago, they're going to have that upset that we gave them a couple years ago in Cleveland on their mind. So Shanahan's not going to do that again.
Next up, Titans at Cleveland Browns. Bri, got the Titans.
I'll take the Browns there. I'm not totally sold on Cam Ward. I think our defense that's going to be a defensive game where just don't turn the ball over. The defense will win it for us.
All right. Next up, oh man, we have to go to this game, Bri. I didn't see this. December 14th, Browns at Chicago.
At Chicago. You want to go to Chicago?
Yeah. You got family over there.
It's true. My brother's not far from there. My uncle's not far from there. Okay. Boy, how could I? You know what? Just because my nightmares come true a lot with the Cleveland Browns. Nick Chubb's gonna revenge game that one, and he's gonna beat us by himself. Caleb Williams isn't special, but Nick Chubb will relish in the fact that he gets to take us on and run down our throats.
God damn you! I even forgot about that. Yeah, give me the Bears. I didn't even think about that. All right. Let's see here. Next up, the Bills at the Browns. Definitely gotta go Bills, right?
Loss.
Yep. Next up, Steelers at the Browns.
You know what? Highlight of the year. Us beating Pittsburgh twice. Give me the Browns. Hasn't happened in 40 years or something. 38 years.
Can't do it. And then finally, the Bengals. Browns versus Bengals at the Cincinnati Bengals. Depends on if the Bengals have got it locked up, but I'm going to give the Browns a win here because I have the feeling that the Bengals are going to have playoffs locked up and they're going to play a whole bunch of scrubs.
That and this will tank what we're trying to do and get a high draft pick, and the Browns will find a way to screw it up. So yes, they will win this one and piss all of us off.
All right, that's the schedule game.
How many wins do we have?
I think you have 5 and I have 5.
Oh, really? Okay.
Just different ways to get it there. All right, Brian, let's get quickly into Fat Boy Tuesday. We'll do our top 3, and we will get out of here, okay?
Yes, sir.
NBA basketball. And Brian is going away. We are doing
I'm here.
Childhood snacks. All right, I hear you. We're doing childhood
I just got to charge the phone. Yep.
Oh, okay. And I wanted some snacks that you loved as a child because I was trying to talk to my kids and going over stuff that I had when I was growing up. Like one of my favorite things when I went to my grandmother's house was graham crackers and milk. We would eat that like crazy.
Ooh. Oh, yeah.
Just dunk them in like Oreos.
Taking me back. Yeah.
Also, I don't know what it is about the Hidden Valley Ranch and vegetables, but we had a lot of it. Now, I'm talking about the Hidden Valley Ranch dip. You know what I'm talking about? Like the actual ranch dip.
Okay.
All right. And then also the peanut butter and celery together was a huge hit.
Oh yeah.
And then vanilla wafers and Oreos were also a huge hit. What about you and your household?
Well, you brought up some when you're talking about your grandma eating snacks. My one grandma always had Nutty Buddies. Not Nutty Buddies are the ones the wafers, not
Yeah.
not the cookies. Okay, Nutty
No.
Bars, whatever you
Nutty
want
bars.
to call them. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
the little Debbie's. She used to keep them in the refrigerator, and so I always used to sneak off and grab those. And then she'd also have another snack she would have would be graham crackers, like you were saying, but the cinnamon graham crackers. I don't even know if they make those anymore. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like the top is
I
like
do.
cinnamon
We used to get those too.
Mm-hmm. So she would have those, and then my other grandma would always have Sunny Delight, the little junior ones, and we just slam those
Oh God, I forgot
like
about
crazy. And then she would also, yeah, it was just pure sugar. Nothing about it was orange juice, like they marketed it. But then she would also have like a cookie jar, and so she'd always have. From what I remember, the cookie I remember the most being in there was a soft batch chocolate chip cookies. So those real soft ones, which were phenomenal. So that covers the grandmas. What we had at my house, we had a lot of. My mom would always buy this big. It was like remember those when you were in school, you get the milks from school and you just open it up. They were cardboard. Little milk jugs. So it was like a big one of those, like that big, but it was filled with goldfish. I don't know if they still sell those or not.
Yes, they do. We get those.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Exactly what you're talking about.
So she would always get those, and then also Twizzlers. And I feel like these were my brother's snacks more than mine, but I would always munch on those as well. But then going over to my friends, he would always get, and I finally convinced my mom to get them at one point, the Cheez-It Party Mix. I don't know if you remember Cheez-It Party Mix.
Oh, yeah.
Really good. And the other one I had was the iced animal crackers.
Even better. There you go.
Oh, we're so good. Like one of my favorite cookies.
That's like
not the frosted ones, the iced ones.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was a treat whenever you get them.
With that pink ice. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Also, honorable mention. You can't go wrong. You remember the big tub of pretzel sticks that you used to get as a kid?
Oh yeah.
Just
the rods, right?
Yep, little pretzel rods. You'd have those. Oh God, those are so good. If you guys have any here in the comments, let us know. But yeah, I was trying to. So Charlie, the reason why I brought it up is Charlie. We were sitting there. We had a whole bunch of celery. I'm like, dude, why don't you just dip it in peanut butter? He goes, what? I'm like, celery and peanut butter is actually really good, bro. He goes, no. And then finally he did it. He looked at me, not kidding you, straight face, 11-year-old goes, game changer. And then he just took the whole jar of peanut butter, the bag of celery sticks, and then he just went to town. I was like, all right, dude, you need to calm down, but I'm proud of you.
Well, yeah, you got to teach them now to put the raisins on top.
Oh, with the ants on the log?
Ants on a log, absolutely. Yeah, that was a staple in my childhood. I mean, whenever we go to friends' houses or my mom would pack them in our lunches or something. Yeah, really good.
All right. If you have any in the comments, let us know. That is our Fat Boy Tuesday for tonight. Brian, let's get in our top three. We'll close out the show. Now, top three summer headlines. All right. So
you want to do that one? Okay.
Well, that's what you had, right?
Well, that was one of them I gave you. I thought you picked the other one. Okay. Nope. We'll do that. You go first. Let me just write mine down, though.
All right. Let me play a sounder and we'll get it going. All right, top three tonight. Is this predicting summer headlines?
These are predicting your Cleveland sports summer headlines. Your biggest. So, what I told you and share with everybody who's listening, I probably will be out for a little bit until nothing bad or anything, just getting busy with summer. So I may not be back until close to the start of Browns training camp. So, but for the whole summer, June, July, August, predict the 3 biggest Cleveland sports headlines, because there's really not a whole lot usually going on in the summertime. But yeah, have fun with it, but also, ones that you kind of think might happen.
One for each team,
if you want to, or just just your top 3. Sure.
All right, so I'll do one for each team. So for me, Guardians win the Central and make it into the playoffs is going to be one of my summer headlines. The next one is the Cavs make a blockbuster trade. I think they do.
You have to give me more than that.
Let's just say, if Giannis is not happy, I have a feeling Giannis might come here.
Okay.
All right. And for the Cleveland Browns, Bri, starting quarterback week 1 for your Cleveland Browns, and I have changed my tune multiple times on this. Dylan Gabriel shows off in training camp and is the starter for your Cleveland Browns.
For week 1.
For week 1.
I would be shocked if that, but it's possible. Certainly they love him for whatever reason. All right, so that's your number 1. Okay, my number 3, guards. Bieber returns and is a stud. Looks like old Bieber.
Nice.
Our number 1, because I don't think they. And you went into September and October for me. I'm trying to stick to the summer. But no, that's fine. So Bieber. Yeah, I don't know if they really make a huge blockbuster deal. So that's for the guards. The Browns trade Joe Flacco. If Kenny Pickett is your guy, which they're telling us he is right now, and you have these 2 young guys that you want to take a look at, I think Flacco's pretty easily and common sensely the odd man out. I don't know why you would want to see a 40-year-old quarterback. So, yeah, trade him to the Saints. Let him kind of be their day 1 starter and mentor this Shuck kid. So that's my number 2. And my number 1, maybe it's just more of a hope than what I actually think is going to happen. But I think at some point, after the season for the Cavs, you got to take a look at making moves, and Dan Gilbert can't be happy with all the money he's invested in this team and who put this team together and who's making or lack of making these deals, and stick by the guy that's Kobe Altman. So he's out. Get rid of Kobe Altman, bring in some fresh blood, and hope that they can do something more than sign Max Strus and trade for DeAndre Hunter in 3 years. And give us a chance. Since we have the superstar, we just have to tweak what's around him right now.
All right. That's a good one. I actually like that one. That's a sneaky one.
I hope. I mean, he did his press conference, so that's kind of what made me think they wouldn't send him out there and then fire him a couple weeks later. But I think a lot of this stuff
here in Cleveland.
Yeah, I think teams, once the NBA season is final and you start reevaluating everything. The problem is the draft is so close to the end of the season. Would they even let Altman make a draft pick? I don't even know if he had a 1st-round pick. We had one last year, so we might not have one.
I don't know.
Yeah, make the change. I don't think we do. I would guess we don't.
I guess we don't either. All right, Brian, it's trivia time. There's 5 teams that have never reached the NBA Finals.
Mm-hmm.
And there are 5 teams that have reached the NBA Finals but have not won. All right. Can you start naming some teams here, brother?
Yep. Okay. I got them split up. So I'll start with the teams that have never reached the finals.
Okay.
I'm going to say the Hornets,
Check.
the Grizzlies,
Check.
the Kings.
Nope.
Are they on the other side? Have they never won a championship?
I think they have, but there's a technicality to that.
Oh, okay. All right. So Kings are not an answer. The other one, this one also maybe some gray area with the Pelicans.
Pelicans? Nope.
Okay. Nope, meaning they've never been there.
They've never been to the NBA Finals.
Okay. Timberwolves. They ever been?
There you go. Nope.
So I'm missing one team.
One team.
Okay. Well, let me go to my other list of teams
Okay.
that have made it but never won. So I got 4 out of 5 there. Made it but never won. The Magic.
Check.
The Trailblazers.
Nope.
Oh, they have won a championship. Yeah, maybe early '90s with
Mm-hmm.
Robinson and Drexler. OKC, the Thunder,
Technicality.
because the Supersonics did win one, or what?
Yep.
So they do not count.
They do not count.
The other one I had was the Pacers.
Pacers. Check.
Okay, and the last one I had was the Nets.
Check. All right.
Oh, really?
So
I wasn't
here's
sure
the
about
one-
that one. Okay, what am I
here's the one you
missing?
missed up top, the Los Angeles Clippers.
Yeah, never made it, huh?
Never made it, never won.
I should have had that one. Yep, I should have had that one.
All right, so you said the Nets at the bottom and the
Mhm.
Magic, correct?
And the Pacers, I think you said
And the
was correct,
Pacers.
right?
Yes. So those are your three that you had at the bottom. The
Mhm.
Phoenix Suns have been there 3 times, have not won.
Huh, okay.
And the Utah Jazz have been there 2 times
Wow.
and have not won.
Yeah,
And both
That makes
times that the
sense.
Jazz went, Michael Jordan.
I remember Stockton Malone, late
Mhm.
'90s. Don't be giving Justin any more fodder to bring to
That's
next
all
week's
right.
show.
All right, we're here at the end of our show. Thank you guys for everybody for watching. Brian is going to be on hiatus for a little bit. He'll be popping back in here and there. Next week we might probably won't have a show. I'm going to take a week off, maybe 2, and then we will bring it back up here. I'll keep you guys informed. But thank you guys for watching. Give us that like and subscribe. Brian, God bless him.
Yep. God bless you. God bless America. Happy Memorial Day to everybody out there who has served and sacrificed, and hope you all have a great summer.
All right. Thank you to all of our veterans and troops and first responders for everything you guys do. Can't thank you enough. We are Legal Ham to Face. We're definitely uncorked, unloading. We're out. We will see you guys maybe next Tuesday.